So it's getting interesting in the Premier League as the first half draws to a close in the game between Arsenal and Everton, as well as the game between Manchester City and West Ham. If you're not watching any of these games, guys, you are missing out. But more importantly, you need to be tuning to Sports 101 right now. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Don't forget, we'll come back exactly at 5 o'clock p.m. and we'll do a comprehensive, a review of everything that happened at the end of the season and in both games. As we speak, City have one hand on the league trophy. You may want to say they do have two hands on the league trophy because Manchester City are leading West Ham by 2-1. Arsenal, on the other hand, are drawing at home to Everton. Interesting, but expect fireworks in the second half to come. In the Arsenal game, Idrissa Gana game put Everton ahead, but Tomiyasu equalized in the 43rd minute. In the first game between Manchester City and West Ham as well, Phil Foden, there's a reason why he is the Premier League player of the season. Listen, this chap has been brilliant all throughout the season. And when Kevin De Bruyne, when Erling Haaland were off for Manchester City injured, literally half of the season, he stepped in and he did the business for Manchester City, carried them together with the other players. Again, in this game, he scored two brilliant goals. His first goal was a screamer. It was a peach of a goal in the second minute. Then in the 16th minute or the 18th minute, he added another one. So in 26 minutes, City were up by 2-1. But in the 43rd minute, Mohamed Kudus of the Black Stars had pulled one back for West Ham. If you watch the game, probably the scoreline will be deceiving because City should be miles ahead by now. See, if City were 5-0 up in the first half, I wouldn't be surprised. Areola has been very good in post for West Ham. So it's all to play for in the second half. Anything can happen in both games. Everton drawing 1-1, like I said, with Arsenal. Manchester City leading West Ham by 2-1. But listen, I've read around, listened to comments, and it's looking likely that everybody's saying that City have been here before. And like in the start of the show, I told you, City have faced this close to about 3 times in their quest to, dominate the Premier League. They did it in the era of Aguero when they lifted the trophy under Mancini. Pep Guardiola himself has witnessed on two occasions, having to win the league on the last day of the Premier League. And this is his 4th occasion. So City are hoping to do the 4-peat, a feat never achieved in the Premier League before, a feat never achieved in the history of English football for a team to win the league title, as in the Premier League title, on 4 consecutive occasions. The 2 clubs to have done it on 3 consecutive occasions are all Manchester clubs. So Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson did it. Manchester City under Pep Guardiola have done it. They are hoping to cement their name in the history books as the first team to go to go 4-peat. I mean, listen, it's difficult winning 1. It's difficult winning 2. It's difficult winning 3 on the bounce. But it would be so difficult to do it 4. But City are hoping to achieve that. First half has come to an end in that Manchester City game. Arsenal, like I said, are heading into the break, drawing 1-1 with Everton. So as we speak, Arsenal are on 87 points. Manchester City are on 91 points. City are walking towards their 4th consecutive league title. This is Sports Roundup. This is the show that everybody is talking about. We are live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube as well. Share the link on Facebook. Join us in the comment section. What do you make of the first half? I'll be reading your comments as the show goes by. So I just have about 15 minutes to run you through events that have happened and what I think is possibly going to happen. My guys who join me here, Kofi Asiedu, Percy, and the entire team, everybody is here. They'll join us when we are doing a comprehensive review of the games today and possibly of what has happened during the season. This is Sports Roundup. The show comes off every Sunday, 6 to 7. But because of the special nature of events happening today in the Premier League, no, we've decided that we are starting, two. We are giving you solid analysis. So I'm doing here. I'm doing it here on my own, and the guys are just behind me. So let me run by you some interesting stats in the first half. So in the first half, these are some of the stats. Manchester City had 72 possession. West Ham had 28% in the possession. Manchester City were operating on 0.88, literally a goal every 10 minutes, whilst West Ham were operating on 0.03. That is the XG. City had a total shot of 15 in the first half. West Ham, on the other hand, had just 2. And both shots came from Mohamed Kudus. One of them ended at the back of the net. City had a 93 accurate pass percentage. They committed just 1 foul. They had 3 corners, and they had 6 shots in the box, 9 shots inside the box. In total, 15 shots. Oh, that's outrageous. 15 shots on target. Like I said, if you actually watch the game, you would agree with me that City should be running away by now. They'll probably be in their dressing room popping some champagne. But knowing Pep Guardiola, they will come in the second half, and as I've seen Manchester City do all this while, they will try and step up their game, because all through the season, their second half has been very impressive. And I think that they will probably continue from there. But lots of things to happen in the second half of both games. But so far, it's looking like Manchester City are cruising to their 4th consecutive title. And it's looking like Pep Guardiola would cement himself in the history books as the first manager to lead a Premier League side to 4 consecutive titles. City have been dominant in the first half. The times when West Ham have gone on the attack, those 2 occasions, Mohamed Kudus getting the goal in there. Kudus in an interview said he wants to do it for his brother Thomas Partey, but it looks like in that Arsenal game, Arsenal are not helping themselves. They are not, crowding themselves or crowning themselves in glory. It looks like they are trying to do it the hard way, because a lot of people were expecting that Arsenal would walk over Everton. But before the show, if you remember, I told you that Everton are one of the informed teams. So Everton, Bournemouth, Chelsea, they are literally, and maybe Manchester City and Arsenal themselves, they are the informed teams in the Premier League. They were on a 5-game unbeaten run. They had won 4 and drawn just 1. And so coming to the Emirates Stadium, they were not just going to be a walkover. And it did happen. Idrissa Gana Gueye getting the goal in there. In the 43rd minute, Tomiyasu ensuring that goal did not drag on for long, ensuring that they give Arsenal something to hope for coming into the second half. Or, like I said, all to play for in that game. Lots of things to happen in the game. So I would quickly jump into that Arsenal game and tell you guys what is also happening in that Arsenal game. Arsenal, like I said, they are hoping to usurp Manchester City at the top of the league table. So far, these are some important stats you need to know. Arsenal have had 68% of possession. Everton have had 32%, but it's typical Everton. They don't mind losing possessions and doing what matters the most. Arsenal have had a total of 12 shots, so 10 shots inside the box, 2 shots outside the box, and it's Everton have had just 2. Very interesting there from that game. It's been an interesting game. Arsenal have had, out of the 10 shots, 3 shots on target. They've had just 1. Everton have had just 1 shot on target. So, like I said, this is how the table looks like. Arsenal have 87 points. They are second. So let me start from the top. Manchester City are first with 91 points with plus 61 goals. Arsenal, on the other hand, have 87 points plus 61. So as we speak, both teams are tied on the same goal difference, plus 61, plus 61. But Manchester City have 99 points. Arsenal have 87 points. 4 points ahead of Arsenal. So all City need to do is control that game, ensure they do not concede another goal, ensure that they keep West Ham at bay. All Arsenal need to do is ensure they win that game and hope that City drop point. The City I know, if you look at the way they came out in the first half, they want to win. They don't want to rely on Everton. And City also are looking to just win and put every noise to bed. So interesting things happening in the Premier League. We'll quickly join the feed soon. We'll join the feed very, very soon. But let me take some few fact as well, help you out there with some few fact as well this season, so that you can be abreast with the numbers in the Premier League as we go on. As we speak, Erling Haaland is leading the goal king rate with 27 goals. Manchester City have scored the most goals in the Premier League. They've scored 95 goals. Erling Haaland has 27 goals. Now, Arsenal have kept 18 clean sheets. Ole Watkins leads the assist chart, or the playmaking chart, with 13 assists. Let me also help you with more assists as we speak. João Palhinha from Fulham is leading the table for players that have, literally sent in the most tackles. They've actually tackled the most, 150 tackles. João Palhinha, there was a player that was being chased by Bayern Munich in the course of the season. So, guys, we are about heading into the start of the second half. This will probably determine who lifts the trophy: Arsenal or Manchester City. Manchester City or Arsenal. So a lot of people believe that, listen, if you look at the trajectory, how things are going, it looks like City would have their 4th consecutive title. But hey, anything can happen in football. 45 minutes plus added time to go in both games. At the Emirates, Arsenal taking on Everton. At the Etihad Stadium, with Manchester City taking on West Ham. Let's go into the games, and we'll come back at 5 p.m. exactly. The guys will be here, the entire team will be here, and we'll delve deep. Who will lift the Premier League trophy? Is it going to be Manchester City, or is it going to be Arsenal?